Old legends tell of heroes unwavering in their resolve to face the mists, to unravel nefarious schemes, and to hunt down and fell the mightiest of foes. Their names remain forever in our memories, and their legends are told around campfires, in the inns and longhouses of the frozen north. Will your story tell of epic victories or of a bitter end that befell you on your way to immortal glory? Into the wilds. While investigating strange happenings of the last few days, you leave the Frost Valley Keep and make for Hearthfire Inn, a final outpost in the wild north. Among the scouts and the few people who still live here, word has it that the Mad Beastman shaman has been gathering a warband and is ready to strike at a neighboring fortified village within a few days. You need to stop him before it's too late. The wildlands. The wilderness has never been welcoming, especially in the northern ice-ridden lands of the Valskir, and many settlers and explorers would come to realize that venturing deeper into the north was a dangerous endeavor, not only because of the creatures living there. Swept by the cold winds, unforgiving, sometimes surprisingly barren and featureless, the wildlands would often repel or kill those only seeking passage. The half-man, half-beast, children of the Nightfather inhabiting those hostile territories also left their mark, as the wildlands were transformed by the mists, and those who enter them now may often suffer from the effects of the dark sorcery and the beastmen shamans dabble with. But even without the dark magic, crossing icy plains and half-frozen rivers can prove an impossible task for those who are not well prepared. Venturing into the wilderness, humanity would always find the same enemies waiting there, beasts of the prey, ready to defend their hunting ground or make do with new game that decided to enter the domain on their own. And things got even more dangerous when the Duskfather decided to elevate animal hunters and use them to create a race more similar to humans, but more ferocious and obsessed with the idea of the hunt. Natural hunters and warriors, beastmen usually employ a simple strategy, striking fast and hard. Their natural resilience and toughness makes them difficult to repel. Now, mostly united under the Goran war totems, the majority of beastmen serve the mist by roaming the lands and still trying to find new prey. Whenever able to tap into the potential of the mist's enhanced ferocity, the Goran beastmen become more than a match for heroes seeking passage through their lands. The beasts display similar features, and although less resilient, they make up for the lack with sheer numbers and the relentlessness with which they stalk their prey. Welcome to RP Gamepire, and this is the first time I'm going to talk out of context, so I'm going to give you the layout, and this is the only time I'm going to pretty much explain the layout. And from here on, we are playing a campaign mode in a sense that we're going to go through all the quests. Yes, all together. That is from Mistfall and the Heart of Mists, so which is going to be amazing. And we're also going to immerse in between that Kickstarter quest also. So again, we're going to play through as a campaign, and more importantly, there are certain rules for campaign. I'm not going to fully immerse it because I'm not going to play with certain of the feats. There's legacy feats, it's called, and settings. So because I kind of removed that, so I pretty much removed the bonus and obviously the pro and cons, as one would put it, then pretty much we're going to play the campaign as a whole like this. Now, there was another issue where for Mistfall they kind of made the big bosses kind of, another modified campaign versions of them, but they never did that for Heart of Mist. I don't know why. So we're going to play as if, and at the same time I think it's going to be difficult as it is, and more importantly, we're going to sometimes immerse into them elite enemies, so that they might kind of pop up on you, and your heroes might have to confront elite warriors or fighters or beastmen or whatever it is that we're going to confront and face. So let me explain and let me lay this out. As you could see right here on the top, there's the layout in the camera for this area, which I'm going to display the rewards very soon, and also the map pretty much that we're going to confront or at least travel through. Now, already this is kind of clustered, and well, understandably so, because there's a lot going on, and we're playing with 4 amazing heroes, and more importantly, these heroes brought along their companions, and this has turned into an expedition as we managed to get to the outpost of the Heartfire Inn, and we've heard the news, as you just heard, that what's going on. There's a crazy shaman beastman on the loose, and he has dire intentions of doing something very evil, and we're hoping these valiant heroes with their allies on this expedition will be able to kind of avert the disaster that's going to happen. So right here, I'm going to kind of jump in a little bit on the requirements, but I think there's wonderful videos out there of wonderful people that have gone and explained it kind of over and over more than I will. So I'm just going to blurt it here and there. I will make mistakes. Please lay it out. Please tell me of it. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your likes, dislikes, and everything, and I will do what I can. Again, Mistfall, Heart of Mist. The reason why I love it so much is the RPG elements. If you ever watched in comparison, I would compare this to almost a Dragonfire, and more importantly, you can create your own adventures from this, and there's so many possibilities. They gave you the elements. I just feel disheartened that they did some other side dishes games. I don't want to blurt it out right now, but and they had no relevancy. They tried to expand the lore in a different sense, but they made games that I think ruined the very principle of what they're trying to do with this, and I think they did a phenomenal job with this, in my opinion. And more importantly, I think it's going to be something wonderful and beautiful to play together. So now that I'm done on the rant, let me go into the whole exploration and explain the heroes, and more important, that I think we already got their intros recently, and now more importantly on the rules and how they play out with each other, etc. And we're going to do the layout together. So the first thing is the Heart of Mist quest charter. We're going to use that, even though we're going to start with the Mistfall quest, which is the first quest into the wilds. We're going to it's pretty much there's 4 players, so that's why we're going to start here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but pretty much there's the 4. It starts right there. This is the reinforcement track. I do not know why I did not put anything there, so do give me a second on that. And very important to know, and which I'll explain later, when there's an encounter that has no reinforcement on anywhere mentioned, then the reinforcement has no relevancy. Okay. More important, I like the fact that they go over the steps right here that you have to do. This is the darkness track. Reminds me of a game also that had the term darkness track, but I can't remember right now. But either way, the point of it is somewhat relevant, the same, somewhat the same, which is the time charter. This is pretty much the higher it increases, which there's no way to revert it. The higher it increases, it pushes the time here expeditedly fast, while you reach the end, which is game over. So that you can figure out. Right here is the encounter deck. So this is the encounter deck, so we're gonna pretty much look at, and I already shuffled, but also more importantly, I removed anything but the wildlands, and more importantly, the wildlands is where this quest partakes and where this crazy shaman beastman lurks. All right, and aside from that, now that we kind of explained this is the rewards deck. The reward deck, you pretty much put the players +2 is the amount of rewards we're going to be displaying right here. So let's see what the rewards will be. So the first rewards, and you get usually obtain this at the end of a pretty much encounter, or maybe certain events might make it occur that you get a reward. So the first one is, if you could see it, is the Stone of Power. Interesting. It's a transient reward gear, and pretty much the point of it, you put it in your hand, and pretty much from your hand it goes to your hero's area, and I'll explain that later. It's what it does is place this card at the bottom of the reward deck when you resolve any action of an arcane or divine card that deals any damage, magic damage, that deals an additional damage. So basically, it gives you a +1 on damage. Nothing special. It's worth 1 gold though, and you can pretty much take the one resolve. It's called resolve. Sorry, it's not gold, but resolve. But you won't be wrong by calling it gold. Then there's the hunter bow. Oh, that's very nice, and I'll tell you, you'll realize why it's very good. Again, this is basically, it does deal extra damage, and pretty much you could do a lot more damage. So it's very, very good. And this comes from the, don't forget, all the rewards were pretty much, well, a stack, but pre-chosen and shuffled. So it's not gonna get endless items that nobody cares. This is from the Heart of Mist, and you can see that from the Hero Hearts of Mist set, and it's the H right there. So that's the second reward. And the third reward is this great shield. So you place it in your hand, and from your hand it goes to your hero area, and pretty much it can cancel, wow, 2 damage. And if there was a range attack, you can cancel an additional 2 damage. And you discard this card. The good thing is they don't this doesn't increase in any way your focus, which we'll get into later. Now, we're getting there. Oh, another transient reward gear. And this one is pretty much you move it up to 3 cards from your discard pile to the bottom of your deck. That's very good. So it's pretty much gives you kind of life, and you pretty much return it to your ward. It's a one-time use. It's like the other one. It's pretty much like a potion. You drink it, you lose it. So that's number 4. We got 2 more items to go. This is very good. Ooh, you got a throwing spear. All right, again, the damage factor is what matters here. It does 3 damage. That's the incredible side of it. It has 3 range that you can launch it pretty much from a distance, and you can increase its damage. So it's not bad at all. It's very, very good. And the final reward in this is the Great Sword. Wow, okay. And again, this one, it's because of its increased damage. And what I like about it, you bury this card, or you discard a combat card from your hand to discard this card instead. Oh, it's worth the deal. But it does, if you notice, it does 3 regular action damage, and it does it to 2 different enemies. You may discard one, wow. And to increase the damage, you just discard a card. And for each card, well, target an enemy actually. It doesn't say that, okay, wow. Wow. This is very good. So this is pretty much the rewards, and we can look at it later, so you don't need to lay it out in a way. I don't think you mind if I just push it like this. So we got the rewards set up right there. Now the next thing is we're gonna check out the heroes before we pretty much set up the location, because the heroes are right now are chilling at the Heartfire Inn. They just arrived at the outpost, and they're pretty much kind of discussing their expedition that they're going to go on. So we're going to start not from the leader of the group, but pretty much one of the, well, great teammates or group mate, and we all know her already, which she is Elita, the Mist Huntress, okay? And this is the miniature that will represent her, which came actually in the Hearth of Mist Kickstarter. We're going to talk about her ally that's going to accompany her in a second, but more importantly, just to know a little bit about her in a sense of what she can do. Her focus starts at 4, and you know that pretty much because of the black spot right there. You can't go wrong by that. So you're going to put this marker right there. And this is the thing that, one thing I can say I hate so far about the board, and that is the fact that this kind of shakes off, and you can, by mistake, you know, it's like, oops, this is here, like, where was it? I don't remember. All right, so you have to be kind of careful on that. She can exploit weakness once per turn as a, you know, range of 1, which means anything that's in her current spot. Is she could do a fast action and you may place one token, okay, on the active encounter card if there are at least 2 enemies with a mark attachment in play. So she puts marks on enemies, and pretty much if there's 2, she could put one of those tokens. Once per hero turn, she also has weapon at the ready. Once per hero turn as a fast action, that means currently in her current range, you may move 1 weapon card from your discard pile to the top of your deck. That's not bad, you know. So once per turn, that means every turn of her action, she pretty much can do that. So that's very, very good. She can bring her weapon back. Now she starts with a long bow, a ranger cloak, and a short sword. That's her. And her ally is Brand the Strong, and he is strong. He does, by the way, he does 4 damage, and he has 2 defense, and magic will really cause him damage. He has 4 life, and his ally action is basically he attack on the enemy. Well, attack an enemy, so pretty much that's what he does, which is within the hero space, which means right when he's beside her, and Brand is accompanying her, obviously. And also his fast action is until the end of your hero turn, you may ignore the hero restriction space of 1 armor, shield, or weapon card. Flip this card when you do that. Well, I mean, that's never going to occur, so that's not relevant, but the most important thing is that he can attack, you know, actually he could pretty much go on the attack, and he can do 4 damage, which is amazing. As an ally action. Okay, so aside from that, now we pretty much know what he is. Let's talk about her, and she is someone of value. She is Irani, the Dawnbreaker cleric. All right, and what she has is Perseverance of Dawn. Oh, let's not forget that is on the 3rd slot. Okay, she comes in the Mistfall core box. She comes in the Heart of Mist. Okay, and that there's no marker here that says kind, and you can see that based on her icon. There's iconography, I can't pronounce the word, but basically there's an icon here of a bow and arrow, and there's a clerical icon right here, which kind of pretty much makes it obvious. Perseverance of Dawn. At the end of your hero turn, as a reflex in her current space range, you may move 1 card from your burial pile to the bottom of your deck. That is something amazing, by the way. All right, burial usually means that card is like lost, kinda. You know what I mean? But to bring it back from burial, it's not the same as discarded. You see, there's 2 stages. So usually there's cards that get from your. By the way, I'll get to that actually. So let's not confuse you. Let's move on to what else you could do. Grace of Dawn. Whenever you receive any healing, this symbol is pretty much rest. You receive an extra rest. So basically, each hero. She has 2, and she has 2 also, but she gets an added 1 also whenever she rests. Okay, so that's something important to note. Her ally is Flabby, and not much on the damage side, as you can see, 2, 1, 1. But what you could take from this, the reason why she let him accompany her, is the fact that she, as an ally action, she can reduce the focus. Okay, and because she's a clerical divine, she does divine damage and all sorts, and also healing and other stuff. Lowering the focus for her will be very valuable. Okay, also as a reflex, place 1 token, okay, on any card. Okay, so any card, that's very powerful, because if you think about it, any card, you could put that on encounters, and usually those tokens, okay, those encounter tokens, or pretty much, as you'll see, they are objective tokens. They're known also as objective tokens, but basically those objective tokens, he could put it on any any card, which means some cards, hero cards, will require it, or the encounter especially, and that will help resolve encounters much quicker. So that's her. She has the chainmail, which gives her extra defense. She has the holy symbol, and she has the mace. That's a cleric. Okay, now let's see the next hero in the group, which we know of, and that's Asake, the Namekeeper. She comes from the Heart of Mist, and she starts focus of 3. She starts with many friends, so you may start the quest with 2 companion allies. So that's pretty much what makes her special, is the fact that she, unlike the others, well, I guess she's such a great singer and has great friends, she has 2 companions that come along on this expedition. Okay, and her next special ability is Inspiring Presence, which once per round as a reflex, and that's range of 3. So that means pretty much she can do that with anybody around her. She can discard 1 card to flip any 1 ally card. Okay, so that's very important to understand. So usually once you use the bottom, mostly their bottom action card of any ally, you have to flip the card over. And when you flip over the card, the only difference is the fact that they no longer have that bottom ability, and to pretty much to acquire it back, you have to spend 2 resolve, okay, which is costly. All right, so she can at any time just discard a card and say you're back. And reflexes you could do as many times as you want. Fast actions too. All right, so that explains her. She starts, well, her healing restoration is not that great. It's 1, here it's 2, and here's 3 with her extra this. So it's not the greatest, but she starts with a cloak, okay? So that lets her avert some damage. She starts with a short sword, and the short sword on this one, she has some typos, but we'll get that when we use it. And she starts with a lute. Well, kind of makes it sense. She's a, an amazing bard, but she's a name keeper. She sings. Now, her ally is Adrian, and Adrian is pretty much not that greatest in damage or receiving any damage, but he's okay. But his main ally action is you can attack an enemy. If the target enemy is an undead, deal +1 or move the enemy to the quest area. So, and it increases the focus when he does that ability. But basically what he would do is if there's an enemy attacking Asake, he can pretty much force that enemy to go back away from Asake. Or if it's an undead, he can increase the damage. Okay, aside from that, one time he could use is also a reflex, which is 1 hero or ally receives 2 restorations. Okay, and then you flip this card and that's 1 focus. So what that means is pretty much straightforward, is that he can pretty much cause someone to heal up during battle or during their heroic turn to restore 2 of their buried cards or 2 of their discarded card, whichever he so chooses. All right, so that's pretty much that ally. And now we're going to go and get to this one, and to see it better we're going to kind of remove that so you can see that better, and we're going to the leader of this expedition. Let me move that away. So the leader of the expedition, which is the amazing miniature right there, sorry they're not painted, and this one starts at 4 focus. Again, we have to watch out because this thing can shake around and then you're wondering, oh, was it 2, 3? That's the only nuisance that can come from this. So, well, he's pretty much the tank of the group, so I don't think he's much of a damage dealer, unless he obtains the great sword. Okay, so very important, I didn't mention this for the other allies, other group mates, teammates, but there's gear proficiencies. So like here, axe, hammer, mace, sword, armor, shield, potion, trinket. Those are the things that he's allowed to acquire or hold on to. Anything that is not mentioned there, then he can't have. His restoration is 2, and whenever you cancel, he has the shield mastery. So whenever you cancel any damage or magical damage using a shield card, cancel an additional, wow, So he can cancel an additional damage or magical damage. Also, another ability he has, Never Defenseless. Once per round as a fast action, in your hero space, you may move any one weapon or shield card from your discard pile to the top of your deck. So basically, once per turn, if you let's say discard the shield, he could pretty much, as a fast action, bring it back. All right, so that's very good. And his hero, ally, companion in this expedition happens to be his wife, Tara. And she's amazing, by the way, because she does 3 damage, 3 defense, and not too great of a magic too, but not bad. She has 5 vitality, which means she can, really take damage. Her ally actually is attack an enemy, okay? And she will increase her focus but her reflex is all damage or magic damage dealt to a hero is dealt to this ally, okay? So, to a hero. So it's not specific to her, him, or her, or him. So it's saying to a hero, okay? So that's something. So that's something very, very, very amazing. But again, she has 5 vitality. Here's 4 vitality. Also, he has 4 vitality. Which is, wow, 4, 3. Wow, this is really changes things. Now, very, very important. This is your hero's, or should I say Irani's, health. If it ever, runs out, she moves on to a better life, or should I say, she dies, if you didn't get me. Okay? And right here, by the way, it says of every character's starting gear. In the back of this board is the same display, except that the focus is much more tough. So it's the harder mode, if you want to play in the harder mode. I like to play everything in normal mode, how it was designed. Alright? And those that love challenge, this is a very challenging game as it is. And try to play 4 players. Okay, so we're going to move this a bit up. Okay? So, to give a little space here, because when pretty much she gets attacked, we will be able to see that. Now, also on top of that, we displayed everything except now let's do the, I didn't explain this tokens. If at ever time we will get into the spot where there is the reinforcement or the rage, this is a rage symbol, by the way, where the pretty much the enemies become kind of cuckoo and they go mad at you, and we'll show you that and how that goes about when it does occur. Now, if that ever occurs, you remove 1 token, and if ever 4 of those get removed, you increase the darkness track, and it goes up and up and up, and that will increase every time that you're told to increase the time. Then pretty much it will increase based on this. So you got to keep those tokens, pretty much objective tokens, there as much as you can. Use them less, so you got to watch out on your focus track, and that's hence why this is objective token here, this ally that puts it in any card where you could put it here, pretty much. You know what I mean? He could put it pretty much there, or he could put it on pretty much the encounter to make sure to push it forward. Okay, so now we're ready to begin, but before that, we're going to pretty much set up the beautiful setup of where we're going to travel. So all this is pretty much wildlands. Okay, so we're going to, there's much more wildlands, but we chose 6 and we only can put 3. So let's choose the 3 best that we can. Alright, so we started the hardfire in. Oh, we're not supposed to be able to see that. That was almost an oopsie. 2, and we're running out of space, matey. So you know what? We're going to, put this like this because pretty much we already know and we already decided. So here's the Heartfire miss, and we're gonna keep that right here a little bit more upwards. Okay, this is amazing. So this means this gets removed, and we're going to put the nemesis, or supposed nemesis, that not supposed, but the nemesis that we're going to pretty much encounter, and we're going to keep this like this. We're going to keep that hidden a bit, so we're going to put it right here. That's in the third slot. Okay, and now that we did that, we're going to put our valiant heroes pretty much right here, the Heartfire Inn. Now, don't forget, the Heartfire Inn, nothing can ever go bad there. And let's put the other heroes. They all wish to venture forward. Da, 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 da. Okay, so now they're ready. I think they should be up ahead. Okay, so now the way it works is pretty much, well, the heroes are about to start. There's nothing that could go on because this is a safe area, and once it's a safe area, there's nothing to do. Okay, even when areas are safe, by the way, you still run through the process. And if you can notice that here, if you ever rest, it's +4 restoration, which kind of helps a lot. All right, so that's why with the 4 there, and plus if you look here, plus the 3, that gives 7 restorations, which is very, very good, very, very important. While here it's only going to be +5, and here's +6, and here's +6. So I don't know why Asake, you have to be special, but we won't get into that. So now that we kind of, in summary, kind of reviewed everything, we're going to venture forward together as an amazing band. And I will try to not talk out of context and try to stay on focus on the quest. Now, very important to know on this quest, Into the Wilds, first we're going to go in the time tracker. We're going to increase it by 6. So that will mean that we go right here, 3, 3. So we're going to go right here by 6. All right. And also, let's not forget that our amazing enemy, his vitality will be... Where is it? It's going to be 2 times... Okay, so it's going to be 8 plus 6, that's 14. So his vitality will be 14 when we confront him, but then we're talking ahead. This is the resolve. This is pretty much the cash flow of the group, and we're going to keep that a little bit aside right here. Okay, so now we're ready to start. The heroes will venture forward into this space, and they will try to see what goes here. So let's see what this is. Ooh, vintage point. When the location is the active location, players may spend a resolve to reveal all adjacent locations. +2 restoration. So if you didn't see that, that where we went, Snowy Crags. All right. And amazingly so, because of that, okay, that will get revealed later on, and we will know, because don't forget there's icons here also, which the icons, they mean something, and we will explain that later as we get. I'm trying to avoid talking much rules and start the game, but that pretty much icon will come into effect very, very soon in the campaign. All right, so we're ready to venture forward, and when we do reveal a new location, it starts perilous unless something else happens, and perilous means it's not safe, so you cannot rest there. So the heroes kind of venture forward. Kinda, they do. And now we're going to reveal an encounter that pretty much will be the encounter that we have to resolve there if there's no encounter. It's called a Crushing Assault. Oh boy, I love the name, Crushing Assault. Alright, just to see it quickly, pretty much there's no reinforcement. Whew, that means you can breathe a little bit. And the enemies on this one is pretty much 2 times the group plus 1. They're green enemies. The setup, there's no rules. Specials, there's no rules. Progression is pretty much, I need 1 objective token at the start of, well, I put progression is 1 objective token at the start of each encounter phase, and when there's 2 or no enemies in play. So when there's 2, so basically I have to kind of survive two phases, encounter phases. So retreat, well, there's no retreat. We don't retreat here. So this discussion is over. So let's try to handle this encounter. And actually, you know what? We're gonna play like this. Sorry. It's the first quest, so bear with me. Now we're gonna put this right here, as this is the main quest, and let's not forget. So we did the reinforcement, which is nothing. Travel phase we just did, and we draw an encounter unless the location is safe. It's not. Now there's so now we gotta reveal the enemy. So let's reveal the enemy. So enemy number 1. So don't forget, they go from top to bottom in a sense. So here, let's push that a little bit more. So hopefully, and enemy number 1 is this one. Okay. Enemy number 2 is this one. Oh boy. Enemy number 3 is this one. Don't forget, it says 2 times the group plus 1. So we have to take up 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So 3, that's 4. 5 and a 6. Oh boy. 7, 8, and a 9. Wow. Okay, those are the 9 enemies. Alright. So pretty much, let's first change the display and show you how it works. So we're going to take the first enemy. Okay, usually enemies come from the right, but they go from the left. So this first enemy to go will go to the highest focus. So that's 4. Okay, 3, 4, 3. So it's a tie between those 2, and I'm a nice guy. So you know what? I'm gonna look at this, and I'm gonna say he's an easy picking. So you know what? You can have him. So that's her first enemy. So what happens? You have to focus right there. Bam. Okay. So now it's the next one. This one will obviously go to Fengray. Fengray. The name is Fengray. Alright, this one and Fengray goes half. So let's go with the Wild Icehound. That was a Goran warrior, by the way. And this one, Wild Icehound. Okay, so Wild Icehound is between now these 2, which are 3, by the way. So we're gonna give this one, which seems kind of easy. Okay, we're gonna, sorry, I want to fix this stack right like this, and I'm gonna give it to her. Okay, oof, getting tight in here. All right, I know we didn't, now it's not important because it's not even the hero phase, so don't worry about the hero's cards or anything like that. So we did that, and sorry about this, it's getting, like you can see, it's getting kind of, so it's half of that, but half narrowed down. So it's pretty much 1. And now the next enemy from the bottom is this one. It's a regular enemy. I love it to say regular Goran Smallhorn. Alright, that's a Goran Smallhorn. 211. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Now, okay. So it's pretty much now it's who's gonna be next. So Dire Wolf, the Dire Wolf is again a tie between them. Okay, and this is 2 and 1. So you know what? We're gonna give it to you. It seems like you can handle that, and that will bring you half of 2 is 1, if my math is still correct. and Goran Ragecaller. Okay, so he will go him. Oh boy. Alright. Are we having a party here? Okay, so now they're all tied for 1. Okay, so this one, pretty much because they're all tied for 1. It should go for that. So this one, regular enemy, so they're all tied for 1. He has the bow range, so this will be only make sense that, I know she's not gonna like me, but yeah, we're gonna give it to you, and that will pretty much put you to 0. Okay, and this one will go. This one will go to her because she already has one partner like that. And also, don't forget, we'll deal with that later, not to confuse you. And this one, will go to. We'll give it to him. You have the damn tank. You're the tank of the group. I think you can handle it. So that pretty much put it at 0. That pretty much puts you at 0. And she's the only one that pretty much, aren't you happy, little girl? Yeah, you know what? That's what's going to be. So that's pretty much at this point. Now we're going to go which heroes. Now it gets kind of very confusing, as you can see what's going on with this setup. Look at everything that's going on here. Alright, so now we need to organize. We need to know who, what, and what's going to happen next, because now we just completed the pursuit phase. And that's stage 3. By the way, there's 7 different stages in this game. Do you feel stressed and confused yet? I think Fangray does. Okay, the good thing is it kind of lowered everybody's focus, which is also a good thing not to ignore. So now it's the most important part. It's the heroes phase. Now, because this is the first encounter phase, by the way, on the encounter we put one of this objective tokens, because it says the progression is pretty much one objective token at the start of each encounter phase, which is the start of encounter phase, and it ends when there's 2 of this. So let's pretty much put that 1 token right here, if you could see that. So the heroes will begin. Now we're going to need to decide and analyze which one of this heroes, Fangray is pretty much going to decide which one of this group heroes are going to attack and take action first on the hero phase, because now the hero phase is all about them. And by the way, I'm trying to avoid saying rules or layout, but as you saw before, displaying the map from a different angle, there's no point doing that right now, as the focus is what's going on here, because now it's the hero's turn. They're being pursued, because we just finished the pursued stage, where pretty much these enemies are pretty much after them. So let's see what the heroes will do. So the first to take action will be Elita, and Elita, first you take up to 5 cards. And let's see what she has and what she will do. Okay. She has the quiver, and the quiver pretty much she says it's a fast action, which means you could do it any time. And place in your hero space, place 2 objective tokens on this card. So she's gonna first put this here, and she's going to put 2 objective tokens right here. And what she can do with that as a special when they're so as a fast action, also from your hero space, now that it's there, move 1 of these tokens from this card to any ranged card in your hero space. Okay. So so this would be right here, to any ranged card in your space. So so this would be this one right here. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't see that. So right here I put the objective tokens on the quiver, which pretty much now says move one objective token from this card to any range card in your hero space. And this one is in the hero space. It's the longbow. Okay. And pretty much I'm just trying to see what would it do to that. No, I don't see the point of that. Sorry. Okay. So I'm not going to do that for now. I just brought it into space. She didn't attack. She can only do one regular attack. A regular action, I should say, one ally action, and then any fast action, any reflexes. So let's see. Regular action, resolve any one action of the sword card in your hero space. If you target an enemy with a mark card attached, lower it by 2. Alright. Nah. After. Okay, I didn't have this card in space. After an enemy. So fast action, place this in your hand, place one on this card, and reflect. After an enemy enters your hero space, deal the enemy 1 damage. For each one token on this card, place this card on top. Okay, so this is pretty much an arrow trap. So this would have been good. So you know what? I think this is what it meant. So as a fast action, place this in your hand, place the one on this card. Okay. Precision shot, so I could see what she does. Regular, resolve any one action of a sword card in your hand. If your target is an enemy with a mark card attached, lower its attack by 2 to a minimum of 0. Okay. Discard 1 objective token from a card in your hand to resolve any one action for a range card in your hand, targeting an enemy with the mark card attached. Oof. Draw 1 card. Especially if you discard this card while resolving an action. Okay. Okay. So let's see what she's gonna do, because she needs to attack. That's what I could tell you. So, she has, okay, this cancels. No, she doesn't want to do that. And this one, not enough damage, because this is 3. She'd rather do this. Regular range of 2. So up to 2, pretty much. Requires an extra 1. Okay, so this 2. So but I gotta get rid of this one, because this one makes it relentless. But at this point, it's not worth, because it's gonna get taken care of. So you know what? So I'm gonna take care of this one, because it seems annoying. Bladed. Okay. Bladed and lightning. So if I do this one, it's gonna do automatic damage. Then there's 2 damage, which gets 1 defense. If I do this, the 2 combo cards, you may discard of the to deal +1. 1 for each of this card. They'll place this card. Okay. So you know what? This is, hold on, mark. None of them have combat cards. 2 combat cards. So there's no combat cards. So this one, up to 3 combat cards to deal +1. That ain't fun. So you know what? I'm gonna have to do. Sorry. So what she's gonna do as follows. She's gonna attack with her short sword, and it's bladed. Okay. But she needed extra range. Oh, forget that. Okay, so forget that. Sorry about that. So what we're gonna do is, instead, we're gonna use the bow. So the bow to pretty much deal 2 damage right here, and that will make it 1 damage only. We don't have any combat cards, so I can't even do that. We're running into trouble here. Just give me 1 second to figure this out. Attack an enemy. Okay, so Alright. Alright. But so let's take care of this one first. Okay? So relentless. So we're going to use this ally to attack, which it does 4 damage to this one, and will easily kill this one. Okay? So let's remove this one. When I get that, so if you want to know what exactly just occurred, pretty much Brand used his ally action, which was to pretty much attack the dire wolf, which makes everybody relentless, by the way, which is very dangerous. Which means they do not run away after an encounter. You still have to finish them off. So it will make everybody relentless, which is very dangerous. And Brand does 4 damage and has 1 defense. So pretty much I get 1 resolve. And this enemy has been nullified. So we'll put the enemies that have been vanquished right here. And we're going to take 1 resolve because, well, was so good. Alright. And by the way, because she did that action, he increased her focus to 2 now. Alright, and we have to watch out because the way that moves, by the way. So there's 2 resolve now. So that's taken care of. And what else? So now she just did that. She's not done, but now that was an ally action, by the way. She did not do anything. So she still could take an action. The only problem with her taking an action is because this does only 2 damage. So it's just annoying. Let's see if she could do something else. Well, it seems like I can't read or I can't see. It says combat, and combat. So this is very, very good. So if that's the case, you know what? These 3 cards have combat and this bladed action, but I need range for this one. So this one is not going to be much of an issue. So I'm more concerned with this one for some reason. I don't know why, but I am. But bladed, we could do extra damage. So the bladed here, by the way, bladed, it says deal 2 damage for 2 focus, and you may discard up to 2 combat cards, basically to increase the damage. So, and also the key word for this enemy, again, but it has range, and I need extra range, so I don't have the range. So why I'm keep on thinking that. Okay, so regular action here, 2. So you know what? I'm just going to use the longbow, which deals 2 damage. Maybe it's got up to 3 combat cards to deal extra damage, but I don't want to do that. We're not going to eliminate this enemy. So, okay, so you know what? So I'm going to just use a combat card. So this longbow is going to I'm going to use the regular action to deal 2 damage. Okay? And pretty much a regular action deal 2 damage, and you may discard up to 3. So you need how much damage? Well, I need to do pretty much 4 damage in order for this. So I'm going to need to discard 2 cards. So I'm going to discard 2 combat cards. Discarding 2 combat cards, and the way I want to discard them is pretty much showing like this. So it's just going to be under, actually, you know what, just to make it simpler, there we go, that's the 2 discarded, and I'm holding on to 2 of this for now, and this enemy has been taken care of because and then I have to discard for each card, so, and discard it. So so I get a 2 focus for this and 2 more focus because of the, I use 2 more cards, so 2 more focus, so basically brings me to 6, and this enemy pretty much got obliterated, so that's not bad. You know, she took care of 2 enemies, that's not bad at all. on her first turn, and she already added resolve to the pool. And before now, listen, it's very, very important to take note. Before ending her turn, she can use the resolve to buy an upgrade. And when I say upgrade, she doesn't lose the other cards she has. She gives herself more life by pretty much upgrading to better cards with higher value. But right now, she is not going to bother to do that. I think she's okay. And I think she is at this point, does she do anything that won't bring the focus up? No. So you know what? We'll leave it like this. Now to end your turn, by the way, you must bring your deck of cards up to 5. So she's going to pick up pretty much 3 more cards. Alright, and that ends that. And that will end her turn. And to signify that she did her turn, what we're going to do is pretty much kind of make her... No, that's not the right one. It's her. So she's going to be like this to know that she just did her action on her turn. That's how we know she completed her turn. And pretty much she did not bad. She managed to pretty much handle, 2 of the 3 enemies she had pretty much her. And by the way, this bow gets discarded. Okay. And a once per hero turn, as a faction action, you may move 1 weapon card from your discard pile to the top of your deck. And so pretty much she's going to use that fast action because you do as many fast action. So this is going to go to the top of the deck. That's good to know. When she can draw, and that's it. Once per hero turn. So basically that means that if this was done correctly, this card, she would have acquired her bow back, and this card would have been here. So not bad at all. And now that she has completed her turn, we know what? We're going to try to help and see if her musical, lute and tune, does anything to the wild ice hound. Okay, so let's see what Asake will do. The first thing she'll do is take her cards, her life cards, whatever you want to call it. And she gets a lot of Inspire Companion and Song of Hopes. Well, she sings alright. Evade Harm, which is always important. By the way, this Wild Ice Hound would have been more dangerous if it had other beasts, right beside it. Or should I say any hounds beside it, not beasts. Alright, it's vulnerable to flame, and I don't think she can launch flames, which she could. It would be freaking amazing. But you know what? I think Segris the Bold will help her. He does 3 damage. And the amazing thing about him is, well, she flips this card, but she can pretty much, so she has any combat, arcane. She does have arcane. So anything arcane or combat to attack again only once. So he can attack pretty much twice. I don't know. That's just ridiculously amazing. So if you're wondering who I'm talking about, her ally, she brought a great partner in this expedition, and he will attack twice. So I might as well turn this like this. Oof, he becomes a little bit weaker when you flip him over. He's kind of exhausted. And attack an enemy. Okay. And do you get any focus here? Yeah, 2 focus for each attack. So she will go up by 4. Okay. And will she need to attack twice? 3. Yeah. So pretty much. Can she do damage without having to do that? That's the question here. Are you really that weak? You could do 2 combat cards, but she doesn't have any combat cards. She has nothing but singing, which makes her amazing. Place a total of the 3, any number of hero. Place a total of up to 3 cards from any number of hero discard piles at the bottom. Okay, no. Cancel, no. Discard one song card to place one token any card in play. And one hero or ally receives. Okay. Okay, that's great. Wow, okay. She can heal up, but right now we don't need you to heal up. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove 2 arcane spells. And she doesn't need the cancellation because she's not going to take any damage. But she can use that because that's not arcane. So you might discard. Okay, so this one is Song of Reprieve. Place a total of up to 3 cards from any number of hero discard piles to the bottom of their decks and remove a total of up to 3 damage from any number of allies. Oof, that's a very good. But we need to remove an arcane. So fast action, discard 1 song to place 1. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna remove this arcane so that she can, if you're following me, just to have her attack twice. I mean, to allow Segri to attack twice, and he's just gonna flip over. And okay, so she's gonna do that. And okay, so this one gets discarded. And he will attack twice, well, which is going to be overkill, by the way. And the group will just obtain another resolve. That's so amazing. Alright. I'm proud of the group. Now, one will put the question, does bringing these companions or allies to the expedition make things easier? Well, it adds strategy and intrigue to the story, because now have left the outpost, and we're, as we know, we've reached the snowy crags, and who knows how far we have to travel before we reach our nemesis or the beast shaman, whoever he is. Okay, so she did pretty much her turn, I believe. And before she's done, she once per round, 3 relays, you may discard 1 card to flip 1 ally card. Okay. So, once per round. Okay. It really needs. So, by the way, that will increase by 4, if I remember. So that will be made to 5. And fast action, 1 hero ally receives 2 restoration. She could pretty much. I don't think we're in such a bad situation. So you know what? We're gonna discard this card, and she will discard that card, and pretty much she will bring Sigrid back to strength. He's no longer exhausted, and she will end her turn by reobtaining her full stack. And you know what? She will also drop to signify that she has completed her turn. Alright. And so far, not bad at all. We have 1 foe that lingers on right here, but not to any concern right now. So let's see on the next. Irani. So let's see what Irani will do. Interesting. Her ally pretty much can remove 2 focus, which is very good. First thing she's going to do is take her 5 actions. She has 2 foes here. By the way, this enemy deals +1 for each damage it has. So it's the same type enemy that it has no vulnerabilities. That's not good. Now this one is a regular action, deal 3 damage, place 1. Okay, so as we could see, there is a symbol there of a condition, and that condition is daze. This condition is an ongoing effect. Its target deals 1 less damage when resolving an attack for. Okay, so it could daze also an enemy. You may discard up to 2 to deal. Okay, so let's see what she could do. As a fast action, she could draw 2 cards. Well, we don't need to do that. Another fast action, draw 2 cards, which is not what I'm looking for. Move 1 card from any player's discard pile into their owner's hand. Wow. Bury 1 card from your hand or discard pile. Okay. So it's like pretty much help them and suffer a little bit. Okay. Or take damage. Fast attack, 1 hero ally, 2 resurrect, and may discard 1 condition. I don't care for that. You cancel damage. Draw 2 cards. Okay, so now she has nothing really in her hand, and this buddy right here can do Corpola. Alright. Well, you can place 1 on any card, but I'm not really worried on the encounter right now, and I want to eliminate these enemies. So deal 3 damage. This one enemy, you may discard 2 combat cards to deal +1. Okay, do I have any combat cards? That's the problem. I don't think I saw any combat card. I saw a lot of... yeah. There's none of that. Place a healing holy card from your discard pile into your hand. Place... okay. Well. We can do deal 3 damage. We could do so 3 damage. It's not gonna kill him. That's the problem. So what we could do is we could draw 2 cards. So I'm gonna take 2 focus. We're gonna draw 2 cards. So let's see what happens. Okay. And this, we got the shield, which I really don't care about, and we got this one. Healing again. And fast action, place in your hand, reflect, cancel 1, discard this card. Okay, so I don't... fast action, place it in your hand. Okay, she's gonna place this in her hand, but again, it doesn't really do much. So she's gonna do another... oof. She'll increase her focus by 2 more to draw 2 more cards. Are you feeling the pressure? Deal 2 magic damage. Increase the fire. Place 1 fire on the target. This is a reflex. Okay, regular action. Resolve any 1 action of a weapon in your hand. If the action deals any damage or magic damage, place 1. Okay. Okay. So a reflex, deal 2 damage. So this is a reflex. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my regular action, and well, this is going to increase by 2 now, and regular action to do 3 damage, right? So this is going to have pretty much 1 life left, because 3 minus 1 is 2, so only 2 damage was done. So follow me on that. So there's 1 vitality left on Gorn Smallhorn. So so 1 vitality. So then I'm going to use this reflex. Oof. Increases by 3. That's scary. Yeah. I have to. Okay, so pretty much because I want to just eliminate the enemies. So I'm going to... So I'm going to use this one and pretty much increase it by 3 now. By the way, the reinforcement goes up by 1. And we just passed 1. That's not good. Okay. We can live with that, but this pretty much obliterates this. So from your hand, deal 1, place 1 on the... doesn't say to discard the card after you do it, or pretty much you should discard it, I guess. Alright, so this gets discarded. I don't like it that it doesn't say you discard it. Okay, so you draw this, you got discarded. You're pretty much have your 5 cards. This card pretty much got defeated. She beat him. And it's another, well, resolve. Okay. So right now we're not gonna go in on the purchasing spree, but the heroes are doing very, very well. And he's gonna use the ally action to pretty much lower that focus, because it's kind of dangerous. She's up high there, if you know what I mean. So let's use that ally action, and that pretty much ends the ally action right there. She has this one lingering enemy, and now we're with Fengray, which kind of has it tough because he has just 2 very formidable foes, and this one has a special ability per se. It says that it is rattle at the end of the defense phase, enrage all beasts in the same hero space. Okay, and okay, so it attacks pretty much twice, so we gotta take care of that first, because there's gonna be a nuisance. Alright, we're ready for you. Can you dig it, sucker? Alright, let's see what we can do right now. Whew. This is what this is what he could do. So he could use his weapon that deals regular action, but before that, let's see this. Draw a card. And this one cancels damage, pretty much. Strong punch, fast action, deal 1 damage. Okay, place 1. Alright. And a regular action, resolve any 1 action or weapon. And if that action deals damage, add +2. Whew. Okay, so if we do this one right here, which is deals 3 damage, right? So what we're gonna do is we lunge. So if we do lunge, which is gonna be a regular action from our hand, resolve any 1 action of a weapon, which is this one, and we do +2. So this is gonna add 1 focus plus a 2 focus, which is gonna make it 3 focus. But before that, that does a total of 5 damage. And 5 minus 2 is 3, which will it will kill it, but it will increase the focus by 3. Okay, and this card, discard. Okay, so this card gets discarded. All right, we are running out of space here. Let's go. We'll put the discard right here, and this one obviously gets discarded with it, which gives it, and this is going to increase our focus to 3, and this one gets removed. Alright, and that adds another resolve. We are becoming very, very wealthy. Hopefully we will run into a merchant on the way. Okay, and he has only, I think, 4. He still has these 2 foes. Well, I should have taken care of this one because it's just going to attack me again. But reflex, draw a card. Reflex. 1 damage. Place a... What does that do again? Let's see. This condition is dazed. The condition is ongoing. Its target deals 1 less damage. No. Okay, 1 less damage. So it does 1 damage. It already does 2 damage, magical damage, and... Oh, this defends 2. Oh, okay. No problemo. But this one does... Okay, but you can only get 3 attack, 3 defense, so that's better. This 2 magic, 2 magic at this. Can we defend anything here? Cancel 1 attack. A physical attack. Sorry, just trying to follow up something. Cancel 1 physical attack. Oh boy. Cancel 1 damage. Place this card on top of the deck. So they don't attack really magical damage, and that's what's going to be scary with the Beastman, which I kind of should take care of, but it's okay. You know what? I'm going to do this reflex, which is going to allow me to draw a card. And it doesn't increase the focus. We're going to resolve any one action of a weapon in your hand. If it is action, okay, so regular action this is. So it doesn't. So I can reflex again. I could draw another card. And this one reflex, move an enemy to your. If the target enemy started in your hero, you still have normally. Move an enemy into your. If the target enemy started in your hero, you still. Okay. Okay. Well, I started in. Well, pretty much I started here, so it doesn't make sense, this one. Okay. Move any enemy to your hero space. If the targeted enemy started in your hero space, you still remove half normally. Okay. So I want to move this enemy. Okay. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so you know what? That ends his turn. He's going to take one more, because that pretty much ends it right there. All damage dealt to the hero is... Okay. Okay. Attack an enemy. Okay, so let's see what now is the next stage. The hero said defense. Now enemies play, well, they activate normal. Okay, so let's see what happens. Well, nothing happens here. And this enemy right here, this enemy deals +1 for each damage it has. It has none, so it only does 2 physical damage. And Brand is going to stand up for Elita and pretty much voids that damage, so nothing will happen there. And then pretty much this one will also the same Gorn small horn kind of leaped on Irani, and Irani, well, let's see if she can, well, draw 2 cards, hero and ally. As a reflex, fast action placed in your hand. As a reflex, cancel 1 or 1 magical damage. That's 2 damage, buddy. So, and this one is cancel 1, place this, okay. Okay, so she's gonna use, to cancel this damage, she's gonna use no, she can't use this one, so she has to use this one. She can cancel this damage, well, unless I give him the damage, and he will take just 1 damage here. What to do? So, there's 2 damage. 1, she goes down by 2. Okay, so you know what? I could dig it. So he's gonna take for her the damage. There's not gonna be any cancellation of damage. She doesn't feel that threatened, and I don't know why, so I can't open the bag. Alright. Oh wow, okay, that's not 3 damage. That's, there you go. That does for that. And now it's okay. So everyone did their turn, and okay, this attack now is this in defense phase. So this one pretty much at the end of the defense phase, enrage all beasts in this hero's area, and this is a beast. Okay, so we're gonna deal with this one first. That's 3 damage, and so 3 damage. She's gonna block it. Doesn't do any damage. This one does 2 magical damage. Okay, and she can pretty much block it because she can refer all damage and the hero is dealt to this ally. So all damage. But I don't know. So 2 damage. It does 2 magical damage. It can't. So it's gonna have to bury 2 cards. So because it does 2 magical damage and I'm not able to block it, there's 2 cards that must go to the burial, and it could go from my hand or it could go pretty much from here. Or it could be from my discard pile. And you know what? I'm gonna do it from my discard pile. So pretty much I'm gonna bury these 2 cards, and these 2 cards buried. And buried cards. So not to confuse is this is this card. It's going to be placed. So the cards are buried right here. And now, well, sadly so, because the Beastman, it says at the end of the defense phase, enrage all beasts in the same. So pretty much, well, in the same hero area, enrage all. So I believe this one attacks again. So pretty much, again, it does 2 damage, which sadly he's not able to block or do anything. So let's see if he can bury anything again from his hand, which is not that fun. Moving, I don't care about this, and you know what? At this point, you don't care about that. So it's another 2 cards that you get buried, and oh boy, well, he's the meat shield, so he took damage. And he did pretty much good. He was able to slay an enemy, block this one, but this one attacked twice. He should have killed that one. It would be more important, because he could have blocked the other ones. But that's a little mistake on my part. But that's okay with all the healing that's going to be coming up. Okay, a restoration is the right term. So now that we did the defense phase, now is the encounter phase. All right, and the encounter phase pretty much. So for the encounter, there is no, well, pretty much we're in the encounter phase right now. And in the encounter phase, nothing occurs because there's nothing special in the sense for the setup or special rules. And now that we're going to the second phase, well, pretty much there's a second objective here, and pretty much, well, we can pretty much end this encounter if we want. And okay, so pleasure 1 at the start of each encounter, so 2 or no enemies in play. So so pretty much we pretty much finished this encounter, so we can pretty much end it right now because there's just 2 tokens, so we don't have to wait to the end. So pretty much what happens is none of the enemies are relentless, so they get removed. So we did finish this quest. So let's move that aside, this encounter. So this encounter has ended. We're going to move that to the bottom of the pile. Alright. And now that we finished that encounter phase, pretty much if no active encounter is in play, okay, if an encounter is in play, well, pretty much the spirit discard all enemies in the hero area, and if they are not met, resolve aftermath. Okay. Well, pretty much that has been resolved. So improve the location, okay, and disperse all enemies from hero area, and in the quest area, excluding relentless enemies, and no resolve is added to the pool. Receive reward. Choose twice from receiving result. Receive a reward card or purchasing personal. Okay, if there is, all heroes reset their enemy focus and discard the active encounter. I kind of discarded the active encounter a little bit ahead. I'm sorry, just reading it quickly. At this point, this is the first quest. So pretty much because we have done that, this is no longer perilous. So we remove this from it. And now it's pretty much saved this location. The heroes pretty much, we're going to see each one's going to take their turn, I guess, to see what's going on here. But everybody kind of resets their focus. So we're going to get to this very, very soon. And we're going to reset their focus. The cards, the enemies kind of get dispersed and removed. Okay, that kind of happens like that. Alright, so that gets removed. And now that that happened, okay, so now we're gonna see what the rewards. So each one pretty much gets to choose what exactly they wish to do. And let's see. So Fangray, he first takes a card and he gets to choose if he wants to keep it or pretty much what he's going to do. Basically, he's going to buy, or he's going to buy his special Amulet of the Wilds. Last action placed in your hand. The active location has the wildland keyword. Cancel 2 and upgrade this card. Discard 1 card. So throwing spear, stamina, okay. Fast action, cancel 2. This one's cancel 1, cancel 2. And cancel an additional 2 if it's ranged. You know what? I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this great shield. I'm gonna take this. Yeah. So he's going to take, as a reward, he's going to take this great shield, and it comes right away to his hand. So he did what he had to do. Okay, now for her, what she's going to do is a little bit different on her turn. Now that she gets to check reward, she will look at this, and she will propose this, and she will take the resolve instead of taking the card itself. Okay, so this goes back into the bottom of the deck. Alright, whatever, it's in the bottom. And she will get 1 resolve for this. And what she's going to do instead, she's going to use her, well, some of the resolve right here to pretty much buy her unique advanced feat. And we're going to see what it is very, very soon. So what she will do, she has the option to pretty much buy the Stunning Hammer or the Pendant of Radiance. Place 1 wound on a miscrafted or undead enemy. Place this card on top of your deck. Place 2 on a miscrafted or undead enemy. What's the difference? Why would you choose the first one? Okie dokie. Place this card on top of your deck. Oh, discard this deck. Okay, discard. Okay, that's not bad. But this one on the hand deals. It's compared to her mace. Let's see. Okay, so he does 1 more damage per se. No, he actually does do the same damage. Okay, this will give 2 days. Okay, so it has 2 conditions. So it does take 2 timers, 2 turns, and you may discard up to 2 combat cards. It stuns for just a little bit longer. So you know what? I'm gonna go. I haven't run into undead and miscrafted, so it's kind of useless. So you know what? I'm just gonna go for another, I guess another weapon per se. So let's use this one. This is A1. A1. You can have two of the same weapon per se maximum. So we're gonna buy this, and it's gonna go straight to her hand. I'm gonna spend that 2 resolve to pay for that. Okay, so that kind of handles that. That ends her turn per se. And now for her, Asake, let's see what she can do. And can she hold a amulet gear reward trinket? Amulet trinket. So this is a trinket, so she can take pretty much. Well, first she gets to pull out a card. Ooh, the ring of fortitude. If I cancel one, and discard this card, or place it at the bottom of the or discard. Why would you discard this card? Why not? Okay. So this one is destroy, and this one at the same time, read this card or discard one card from your hand to discard it instead. Wildlands, but it's only good for the wildlands. So this one is in general. Whew. So you know what? This is a tough one. It's a tough one. I have to discard one. Discard. So you know what? I'm gonna discard this. I'm gonna take another resolve. And you know what? She's gonna also buy into her special ability. So this puts a resolve right here, and this is remains. Right now, nobody wants to. Okay, so let's see this quickly. Let's see. All right. So she can buy the Lute of Spell Song or the Voice of the Namekeepers. Okay, this is interesting. And she's equipped with the B2. Alright. This one is a fast action. Discard one arcane card to attach one song card to this card. Limit to one attachment. Resolve any action of the song card attached to this. Bury this song card. Discard this card. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. After you resolve an action of a song arcane card, two players may draw one card each, or one player may draw up to 2 cards. You may treat up to 2 arcane cards in your hand if they are sung. Okay. Ain't nothing that special. Arcane card to attach one song. Okay. Voice and the loot. So this lets you do something special again. So you know what? I'm gonna go for the loot of Spell Song, and she's gonna get that. And you know what? We're gonna give that. We're gonna pay the 2 resolve, and that 2 resolve right there. Okay. And now for her, let's please be something that we can. I believe there was the hunting bow. Yeah, she can use that, that's for sure. So she's gonna take this, the hunting bow, and that's very, very good. I like that. And that pretty much now, so that's 3, and that's missing 1, so we're gonna put that right there, and the fire sting. Okay, next time I guess. Now the heroes get to restore. So the way it works is they get to rest right now because this place is now safe before they move on. So they're gonna rest. So first they're gonna rest. So the way rest works is 2. This allows you 2 restoration. So 2 plus 2. That means 4. So there's 2 cards that are buried, and they get pretty much returned. So they go from the buried side. This is not buried actually. This is discarded. So it's not the same thing. But he does have cards that are buried, and pretty much 4. Right, exactly 4. So those 4 buried cards, Is it 4 exactly? Yeah. 4 cards are going to become discarded, which is right here. That's the discard pile. And which is not bad, which is kind of good and being buried, but we still have to resolve. She has discarded. She has restoration of 3. Okay. So no, 4. Sorry, 5. Wow. She has restoration of 5 because 2 plus 2 plus this, which gives pretty much 5. So what she's going to do, she's going to bring this 2 discarded cards into her stack pile. She's going to remove this damage to him, and that does for her. Now, for her, per se, she has only 3, because 2 plus the 1 restoration, so she's going to take this 2 discarded cards and pretty much bring it back. She has 4 restoration, so she's pretty much going to take all this and bring it back. And that ends that, and we're going on the next round, on the next turn, we're going to move forward and see what exactly pretty much the heroes will decide to do. Thank you. All healed up and ready to venture forward. The heroes are now finally finished the encounter that they just ran into, which wasn't the much easiest one, which was the bloodthirsty pack. And I tell you what, those beasts were deadly, as you saw, and a lot of them pretty much almost nearly massacred some of the allies, but we took time to rest, and more importantly, well, we got a little bit penalized because we did take our time, and more importantly, the heroes took their time to heal up, and they're pretty much all freshened up, and now they're ready to leave the Crystal River. And we have ventured far from the Hearthfire Inn and past the snowy crags, and now we're going to venture forward right here. So let me take this away so you could see better now what is going on, and as we will pretty much reveal the final encounter. As you see, this encounter, which is set right here in gold, and I think the heroes now being what they are, they're pretty much very good in stature, and I must say that their companions, allies, aid them a lot. So let's venture forward together as the valiant heroes they are. So let's put this right here. The heroes will reveal the area, and the area is Hungry Beasts. When this location is the active location, here, let me put it to view. Howling Hills. When this location is the active location, place 1 wound on each enemy that enters play. All beast enemies deal +1/+1. Okie dokie. Alright. On each enemy that enters play. I'm not gonna complain. Okay. And more importantly, it's good for me. It makes it easier. Okay, I like that. And now we're going to reveal the encounter. And more important, we're going to pretty much get to soon see who our main foe is. So into the wilds. So it's 2 times the heroes +2, so that's 10. Wow. Alright, and any enemy will do, as it says right here. Let me hold it up, and let me first read it. So it says, set up rules. Place Gardack, the Chard, in the quest area. Okie dokie. And, well, this is the... Well, both sides are pretty much the same. 4, 2, 2. Woo. He does damage. It's magical damage. Bodyguard. This enemy may not be ranged or attacked as long as it... And he can... Well, pretty much, as long as there's enemies around him, he cannot take any damage. And you don't want him to get enraged, because if he gets enraged, he attacks everybody at the same time. He blasts them with his magical powers. Hey, this is a shaman beast. Alright? And only divine pretty much is his vulnerability. If you could see that. And that is, to me, something. Well, he's fearsome, all right. So they say that as oh no, well, place Gardack the Charred in the quest area. All right. So he's gonna be in the quest area. That's not the quest area. So let's move this up. We do not need to look at that much, and we're gonna put that right here. And now it says before we oh, you know what? Let's handle first from top to bottom. Let's handle the 10 the 10 foes. All right. Let's see how that goes. All right. So Gardack's first, and let's see who is so enemy number 1. There's 10 of them. So you know what? Let me just grab all 10. 2, and we're going to review them together. 3, 4. Those right here. That puts us at 5 and growing. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Okay. Wow. All right. So we're obviously going to go from top to bottom, and more importantly, we have a lot of mixed beasts. So we're going to go one by one. So we're going to go first with Gardack, and as you can see, this becomes kind of, the heroes feel kind of a bit overwhelmed here, as there's a lot going on. So there's still 3 of this that they could always purchase if they need be, you know. But I don't think they need that right now. They're full-fledged ready, and they have, you know, before I move on, let's see what the rest says. As a reflex, a player may remove 4 objective tokens from this card to discard any one regular enemy. Alright, progression. As a fast action, a hero may discard 2 cards to place 1 objective on this card. Objective token. So as a reflex, players may remove 4 tokens from this card to discard any one regular enemy. Okay, so pretty much every 4 objective tokens that you put on this card, which you're able to put, then you can later on, as a fast action, well, pretty much, well, the only way you could put it is pretty much by discarding 2 cards as a fast action, and you put 1 objective token. If you put 4 of them, you can use it to remove 1 enemy. And you end this when Gardack the Charred is eliminated. So retreat power, okay, well, it cannot be retreated, just surrounded by the beast shaman and his, well, nemesis enemies that are pretty much lurking about to attack the heroes as they venture forward into the Howling Hills. Alright, so that puts it in understanding. So, but I think I'm going to go after him and blast him. So, first to first, he's going to go right here. Gardack is going to go to him, and he's going to go halfway. Then, we'll go from the bottom. So the next enemy is the Gorin small horns. Okay, and then this will come right here. This is the pursuit phase, by the way. So and don't forget, they had 4 focus when this happens, so that's why now the 3 focus will come into effect. And this one is going to go, you know what, I'm going to give it to her, so she's going to go down to 1. And Gorin Rage Caller. This creature is going to go to Irani. This one now, because they're both 2/2, we're just doing now the pursuit because the enemies are pursuing our heroes right now and surrounding them, really, as Gardack pretty much made it to Fengray. And this one is going to come to this, and you know what? That's going to put Oh, sorry, from 2 to 1. And then this one will pretty much, oh boy, will go to 1. And now the heroes all have pretty much 1, so it's whoever you pretty much want to put it out to. So we're going to put this one right here, and that will put it at 0, her at 0. We're going to put this one right here, it's going to put her at 0. And this one we're going to put pretty much right here. We're going to move this a bit here so we can see that better. And ooh, the heroes are no longer there, they're here. All right, and now, well, pretty much that will put you at 0 at this point. And well, doesn't matter where you stand, but you're pretty much here. And now it's weird, but let me check the rules, because now nobody has focus. So this enemy, I believe, pretty much is slumbering and didn't make it out, and I think he still lurks in the quest area, and we're gonna leave it in the quest area. So now that we did the pursuit phase, and let me just follow it through here. Sorry, bear with me. So just for you to know, the first step, which mentions right up there, but you can't see that this reinforcement phase. In this quest there is pretty much no reinforcement, so let's not bother that. Travel phase, well, they ventured forward, and pretty much that's how we managed to find this ugly looking beast shaman. More specific is pretty much Gardack the Charred, and he's going to be charred right now very soon. And now we did the pursuit phase because the enemies pretty much pursued the heroes. The heroes kind of came to them, and from there we're going to the hero phase. So now let's see what the heroes will do. So we're going to go one by one, and we're going to make a decision. And as there's so much going on, let's select and see who and what will pretty much occur from here on. By the way, before we even start, don't forget there's the Howling Hills, and pretty much this location has 1 damage on each enemy that enters play. All beast enemies will have a +1. So let's put the damage on all of the enemies there is, and some of those beasts, and the way you know a beast, like this one beast, now it's going to be +1/+1, and this is a beast man, so I think that's considered to, well, beast man and beast are, well, I would say there's still a beast to me, but it's very different from beast, because here it says all beast enemies. So I don't think that's the same thing, but I could be wrong. You could tell me on the bottom and inform me if the heroes were mistaken when, well, pretty much they all got wounded, the enemies, the moment they stepped out and attacked the heroes. But it also empowered the beasts. Alright? So more importantly, now we as the heroes are willing to take some scratching damage, because we know that we can focus on the shaman, and if we take out the shaman, well, pretty much based on this, it's the end of this encounter, because, well, seems like the shaman chief, the moment you knock him out, all his compadres run for their life. So let's focus our attack on this ugly looking, but as they said, we can't attack him, hence, because until we get rid of this too. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus and see if we could aid Fengray in taking out this enemies before we can focus our attack on that, because that's, we have to do 14 damage in order to take it out. Also important to note that Elita pretty much had an explosive trap when those enemies came into her vicinity. So this was already there, and has 2 objective tokens on it, and has a reflex, okay, which you can do after the enemies enter your hero space, which they did, deal that enemy 1 damage after an enemy enters. So there's 3 enemies, so I don't think she does it to all 3 per se. I think she only does it to 1 enemy, and pretty much that enemy, for each enemy at that card, they place 1 burning on a target enemy. Place this card on top of your deck. Well, okay. So that enemy takes an extra damage. So we'll choose one of them. We'll choose this one. And you know what? We'll remove this 2 objective tokens. And pretty much we know this one was going to die in the end of the hero's phase, because pretty much, well, it's condition. I mean, after, so we have to, okay, so let me show you this burning tokens. Pretty much this enemy will take burning tokens. It's burning, it's a fire. Okay, so now I realize we can't pretty much help them. I mean, we can't get rid of this one. It's not going to be easy until it attacks. So that's going to be a problem. So we could neutralize and eliminate this enemy, but at this point, what to do. So you know what? We're going to pretty much first start with her. And we're going to see what she's going to do. As now she started and she already caused the damage to one of the opponents. So the first thing she's going to do, pretty much as a fast action, hero may discard 2 cards and place 1 objective token on this card. So we're going to do that by removing, well, pretty much just 2 cards, which I find to be did I say that down? Okay, and that puts 1 right there. Lucky there's no reinforcements here. Okay, so that puts that. Then her next action will be, let me discard the 2 combat cards to deal extra damage. Or regular action to deal 2. So we could do that one. So, okay, so this one, regular action, 2, but if we do that, then we can't do this. Turn, you may return 1 weapon, okay, and once per turn, as a fast action, you may place 1 objective at the active encounter card if there are at least 2 enemies with a mark. There's no enemies with a mark. Okay, regular, okay, so you know what, this one will do extra damage, and for each damage it has on it, so we gotta eliminate that right now. Okay, okay, so you know what, so with this 2, 1, so pretty much she's going to use this, and this card, place this card on top of your deck. So she's going to put this, she's going to use that to do 2 damage, and it will be sufficient because we only need 1 more damage. It was kind of almost useless, but it will have to be kind of alright. That does for that. So she removes this enemy, and we obtained 1 resolve. Now, she can purchase a card that will enable, she can pretty much spend 1 of the resolve to buy, or more than 1 resolve, to buy a feat, or gear. But you know what, she's not going to do that. She's going to stay the way she is, and let's see if she could do anything else. As a fighter, you may place 1, no, okay, and once per turn, you may move 1 weapon card from your discard pile, but there's no weapon in the discard pile, because this one For each card you discard it. No, place this card on top of your deck. Okay, so this goes on top of your deck, and this 3 cards pretty much can't do anything. You know what? And this, because I did that, that will pretty much increase by 2. And then I'm gonna spend with this fast action to pretty much enable me with a weapon already, and that will increase also by 1. Moving right along. And this one, this card, an objective from your card in your hero area to resolve any one action of a ranged card in your hero, so targeting an enemy with a mark. Again, nobody has a mark. So I think this will end the hero's turn. She's going to get back her sword. We're taking up 3 cards. Alright. Okay, we got more weapons. And hopefully, alright. Reflex, special when this. Okay, so this is done. She's completed her turn. Action can do is attack an enemy. So it does 4 damage. So pretty much, well, I don't think you can attack this because you need range, and that's range of 1. So it's smart that they kind of outlined it there. So you see this hero, or should I say Brand, which is part of the expedition, and he came along with Elita, and he's going to attack. Yeah, he's going to attack this, and he's going to increase by 2. He's going to put it at 5, and there's no worry there. He's going to eliminate this enemy, which is amazing. Requires an extra 1 range. Oh, to target. Oh no, quest. Okay, it's a quest area, but it's not a quest area. It's a heroes area. See, quest hero. Area ranged. Yeah. Okay. So this is pretty much got vanquished, and the heroes have obtained 2 resolve. Oof, might as well spend it. Empower ourselves. Okay, so that does for that, and the fast action is pretty much pointless. Just a reminder until the end of your. Well, Brian is looking and saying, "Don't bother." Okay, so now moving on. She did her turn, and to inform us of that, she is going to pretty much go like that. Oh boy, and we're going. That was just 1 turn right now, all this time. So let's see what is the other heroes going to do. So what makes Irani very special, and that's why Fangray likes her a lot, the Holy Zeal will allow her to use fast action from her hand. You may resolve 1 irregular action as if it was a fast action. Alright, and you bury this card. So she's going to increase her focus, and she's going to use this card right now, which deals the mace will deal 3 damage, okay, and pretty much will slay this one because it will do 2 damage, right? So that removes that, and this will for each. Okay, and discard this card. So we're gonna put this card aside right now, and that was used as a fast action, right? And we already did that, and that action will cause the focus to go up by 2. That removes that card, right? Oh no, you bury this card, so this card gets buried. And when we bury, the way we play it, at least we bury it right beneath, so we know there's a card buried right beneath. All right, make it real. All right, so she still can do 1 regular action. So as a regular action, she can use this rewarded gear that pretty much is her stunning hammer, and without worrying, she can increase her focus for another 2 and destroy this one. And that doesn't look good for you, Gardack the Charred. But the hero's better. Well, there's no reinforcements, so in this one, so there's not that one. And you discard this card. So both of these cards got discarded. And now let's see if there's something else you could do. Well, she could have dealt. She could use as a reflex divine. Reflex deal and this has the keyword divine. Reflex range is 1, so it has to be in her current hero space, so that won't work. And this one is 2 space. Move 1 card from any player's discard pile into its owner's hand. No, again, so she can pretty much cause damage if she had more enemies to take care of, but she doesn't, so she's going to discard 2 cards that will not aid her in any way because she has no foes here. So resolve any one action or weapon. Okay, so she's going to remove alright, she's going to remove this 2. Just going to discard, this 2 and this 2 to put 1 objective. So she's now the second one to take action against her foes, and this one has been removed. Alright, and don't forget the group has obtained another 2 resolve, and I think before she ends her turn she's probably gonna that's 1 more because we already put 1. Okay, so this is really looking good. So she needs to fill up her, I think she's going to end it right now. I don't think she's in any trouble. Let's see the 3 new cards she got. Fast action. Oh, range. Okay, but she can cancel damage, but it's not relevant. 1 or this card. If I cancel, well, she can cancel damage from range, I guess. And regular action, no, deal 4. Ooh, that's a scary one. It's crushing. Look at that. Deal 4 damage. And this one is 1 hero or ally healed. Okay, so we don't care for that. Alright, now, don't forget this ally right now. This ally is very, very good, because this ally will pretty much lower her focus, and also she's going to use this, place 1 objective token on any card. Well, this is any. We need 1 more and we're good here, and we pretty much have to do this, but don't worry about that because Asake is pretty much ready to roll. So this is the discard, pretty much discard pile for her. And let's see now what Asake will do. So Asake is pretty much amazing. There's quite a few things she can do. So what she's going to do, the first thing is, pretty much as a fast action, from her hand she can discard 1 song card to place 1 pretty much objective token on any card, and she's probably going to do this, and she buries this. Okay, and 1 song card, well, 1 song, yeah, she's gonna, okay, so she's gonna bury this, and we said we bury like this here, so we know this card is buried right under, and pretty much we're going to put that 1 objective token right here so we don't forget. There's 4 right there, by the way, and she's going to discard the song, right? So this song is discarded. That's the first thing she's going to do. Then as her ally action, okay, she going, as a reflex, once per round, as a reflex, she can pretty much do this. Welcome back. All right, and you know what? Actually, that doesn't make actual sense. So you know what? We're not going to do that. And she's going to instead, now one thing at a time, she also has another ability here, which is pretty much amazing if you look at it. She's able to where is it? And it's this ally. So pretty much this ally actually can attack an enemy. If the target enemy is an undead, deal +1 that, or you can move an enemy to the quest area. This will increase her focus by 1. And I don't know how she ended up with so much focus suddenly. This one doesn't cost focus, so she should have been at 0. focus. Okay, and she burned this, so she should have been 0. And pretty much she did this, which will increase it by 1. And she will cause one of these enemies to pretty much go away. So you know what? She's going to do this enemy to go away to the quest area. And goes to the quest area damaged. Okay, that's pretty much amazing. And one hero receives 2 healing, and right now nobody really needs healing. This one can attack twice, or she can attack, you know. So you know what? She's going to, you know what? She is going to attack, allow this one to attack. You may discard an arcane or combat card. Arcane or combat card. Arcane. I want to discard this card. And pretty much allow him to attack. Well, it kind of doesn't make sense to do that, because if you look right here, but yes, it discards my weapon. And pretty much this one is regular, deal 3 magical damage, will increase my focus by 2, which is fine for me. This one only can have resistance to magic 1, so it only makes sense to do it, because this one gets removed. And this one gives 2 resolve, because they're pretty tough because of what they do. So we're going to get 2 more resolve. I think we're building a resolve pot here. And she's not done yet, by the way, because she just did that. This card gets discarded, right? But now that she did that, she still has this card, and she's going to use as a fast action. It's going to increase her focus to heal 2. Okay, and hero or ally, and she's going to do that for herself. She's going to discard this to pretty much heal 2, and that means, what that means, from the 2 discard, it goes, I don't know if it goes on top or the bottom, so we're going to say it's going to go pretty much to the top. This gets discarded, and she's going to use this. She doesn't have another one, so at this point she's going to grab 2 and 1 more, and that ends right there. I mean, she can use it at any time to remove any enemy, so she's going to do that. She's going to, well, she pretty much ended her turn, but she can still do this at any time. You know what? It's Fengray's turn at this point, and what Fengray will do, now that he removed this, he's going to remove this enemy, because this enemy pretty much is in the way and pretty much annoys him, because he has no range and makes it very tough, because you need 1 range extra. It would attack in the next round of defense, but we want to remove it before anything. So that enemy is removed. You do not get the resolve for removing enemies this way, but now we can focus on Gardack and this enemy right here, which is the Wild Ice Hound. So what Gardack will, what Fengray will do, let's see. Now don't forget, Fengray has attack an enemy of this. So Fengray has this, so she can't reflect all damage. Okay, so you know what? She will, as an action, attack an enemy for 1 focus. Alright. And she will attack this one, very, very weak, but let's see, this enemy deals plus, okay, you want to really get rid of it. So she attacks for 3 damage and has only 1 defense, as you can see right here. So she will do 2 damage, which is way sufficient to remove this enemy. That's the good thing, and we're going to obtain another resolve. Okay. So, and now that we did that, which, as you can see, the pace that it's going at, amazingly so, the heroes are resolving everything and everything that's going on. Now, he does have this flaming sword, and by the way, he can now attack Gardack. Gardack is a loner here, and he's not guarded by anybody. And don't forget, he has 13 vitality at this point, Alright, and let's see what Fengray will do. So, so what he's going to do first, he's going to draw a card, and you discard this card. Alright, we're going to put it right here to discard. And pretty much, let's see what the card is. Ooh, amazing. We got another shield. Useless. And what to do. If you have a shield in your, no, we're not here to cancel, we want to do damage. So he's going to take this, he's going to place, as a fast action, he's going to place it into his hero space, which is right here. And what pretty much that will allow him is that as a reflex, you may bury this card instead of discarding a weapon, alright, from your hero area, which is good because we're going to use this weapon very soon to attack. Deal 1 damage and place 1 on the targeted enemy. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we could use this strong punch, which will deal 1 damage, and pretty much place 1. All right. That's a condition, by the way, and this condition is called daze. And basically, a daze will make the enemy deal 1 less damage when resolving an attack. Alright, for each daze that it has. So it's going to deal 1 damage to the enemy. Fengray will do that. And he will also pretty much weaken the enemy a bit. So let's put that condition on the enemy. Where is that? Amazing, dazed and confused. That's what we are. And okay. Why am I having difficulties on to find? There you go. You're a little bit dazed. You're going to do 1 damage less. So at the same time, at this point, there's nothing else that he could do. So what's going to happen is he's going to attack with this one. And fast action deal 3 damage. Okay, and you may discard 1 combat card to place 1 extra, well, flame token. So let's see if we have a combat card we want to. You know what? Yeah, why not? So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna pretty much, if you have a shield in your, okay, so we're gonna remove this combat to do, well, pretty much 1 extra damage. All right, so we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna put a flame token on Gardack. So he's dazed, and he has a flame token. He has already 2 wounds, and we're gonna do the 3 damage. Okay, and this 3 damage. He has 2 defense, so he only gets 1 damage. Okay, and this card does not get discarded because this. You may bury this card instead of discarding a weapon or shield from your hand. So it's going to get buried. And we know what buried is. Alright. And that pretty much will end it. So Gardack will take 1 more damage. It's pretty much a 3. Oof. We've got a long way to go the way we're going. And okay, so pretty much we're going to take 3 more cards. We need better cards than this, or we need better empowering abilities. Fengray. Okay, so this ends the hero round. Now we're going to go to the next one, which is called, sorry for that, the defense phase. And the defense phase is pretty much, well, the enemies get to do what the enemies do. So we're going to deal first with this one. And this one is going to attack for 3 damage. And we're going to have Brand defend Elita. And he's going to take pretty much 1 wound. Alright. That was easy. Now we're going to go to a Fengray right there. Fengray is going to defend against Gardack. Oof, we should have added some of those, he should have, but it's okay. So what we're going to do right now, he's going to attack for 4, and she defends for 3, so she will take, oh, that's magical damage. She defends for 2 magical, and so you know what? She will take 2 damage. Oof. She can take it. She has 5 vitality. She's a tough one. She's a tough cookie, alright, Tara? That's her name, Tara. That's Fangray's companion ally. And also, she's part of this expedition, and she's, you know what? She's part of the shield bearer. She's a shield bearer, and if you could see that. So, I could see where Fangray has pretty much known her from. Now, it's pretty much, that is done. And once that is completed, by the way, and he attacked, and there is no pretty much rage going on. So okay, so encounter phase, well, pretty much there's nothing, there's no special rules here. After reflex, as a reflex, rule 4, discard to discard any one regular enemy. Alright, and as a fast action, a hero may discard 2 cards. Okay, and okay, so Gardack's not eliminated, so we move on. Time phase, move the cube. Okay, so we're moving 1 space, and nothing much will happen, but we better do it quickly because enragement's coming soon. And now we're going to reinforcements. Reinforcements, there's none, and the heroes are pretty much in a very good position. And I just want to see something, because he should have increased focus by 3, 4, because he did this, by the way. I'm sorry about that, we forgot about that focus. And also he did that to deal +1 damage, so his focus should be at 5. Sorry about that, but we got it right now. So and by the way, she attacked, and she should have increased his focus by 1. So pretty good. So we did the reinforcements. Sorry for that. We did the reinforcements. We're in travel phase while we're in the local area. Well, we can't go any further because we want to destroy this encampment right here, where Gardack has pretty much, well, we took care of everybody else. Well, now there's 2 foes that are still lingering, in my opinion, in the quest area. And, well, they're pretty much reinforcements. And they're there, so they're gonna go to the ones. Whew. What are we going to do with them? So this is going to go 5. So you know what? We're gonna go with this enemy first. What do you know, Gardack? You found yourself an ally. This was an enemy that was there lurking before. Ooh! By the way, Gardack would have done 1 less damage, by the way, because of this. We totally forgot that. And because at the end of this phase, he would have taken 1 more damage because of the fire he's been burning. So instead of doing the 2 damage, he would have done 1 damage to Tara. Alright, so that's corrections. As you see, there's overwhelming things going on. Try to follow it through. I'm sorry on that. And now that Gardack pretty much comes, so this goes down to 3 from 6. because he was in a quest area, he was not able to pretty much come up. And this wounded one will go to, well, what do you know? Elita, because she's the next one with the highest focus. And this is the pursuit, and I'll bring it down to 2 from 5, because that's half and average down. So we did that pretty much. We did the travel phase, we did the pursuit phase now, and we're pretty much at the hero phase. And at the hero now, well, pretty much now the focus should be Gardack and nothing else. So the heroes will try to do whatever they can, and they're going to try to ignore whatever enemies or nemesis or anything that's going around them, and not even bother with that. So let's see, and they're going to try to pretty much keep Fangray alive in any way, shape, or form, or even aid in the ally right there. So let's see what the heroes can do. We're going to start with Elita again. So the first thing Elita will do is she will discard these 2 cards to pretty much allow her to do 4 damage. So this will pretty much increase her focus by 4. So she's going to go from 2 to 6. And she's going to do 4 damage. And this goes placed on top of your deck. So pretty much she's going to do a total of 4 damage. And she's going to range shoot from there to there. And he has only 2 defense. So he's going to take 2 damage. Alright. So we're getting there. So pretty much right now he has 6 damage. He's almost halfway there. And she will take, she will put this as a fast action. She'll put this in pretty much your hero space. That will increase the focus right here. There is, as you can see, she has reached the reinforcement, but there is no reinforcement in this current quest, as you can see right there. So it will be marked usually there if there's any reinforcement. So let's see if she could do anything else. Not really. And she will just, you know what, not care, and discard these 2 cards to pretty much put 1 objective token right there. She's gonna take 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're getting there, dangerously so. And he has 1 wound already. They're gonna probably do damage together. Arranged. Okay, so, and now, you know what, we're going to go and see what she could do, in a sense, to heal or help, you know, the group as a support, Asake. So the first thing she's going to do, she's going to use this reflex. She's going to draw a card, but if she has an instrument in her hand, hero area space, she can draw an extra card that will increase her focus by 1. And at this point, I don't think she cares. So she's going to draw 2 cards. Alright. And let's see what these 2 cards are. One is place a total of up to 3 cards from any number of hero discard piles to the bottom of their decks and remove the total of up to 3 damage from any number of allies. Or remove a total of up to 3 damage. Nobody's really that badly wounded, so I'm not going to go and do that. But place a total of 3 cards from any number of heroes discard piles. So, you know, her card discard piles. So that's pretty much going to be also discarded. At that point, it's a fast action, and that will increase the focus by 1 also. And we're going to do that too. And that is how many? A total of 3. Wow. That is amazing. And that's going to go to the bottom. Alright. Now she did that. So, cancel 2 damage. We don't care about that. She could do this as a fast action, but she really doesn't care. Heal. She's going to do this to pretty much heal Fangray by 2 and increase her own focus by 1. Alright. And that's just to give him some life and bring the cards. And when you do that from discard pile to here, there you go. So that will end her turn. You know what? She's just going to discard 2 random cards. Oh, sorry about that. 2 random cards. Just to take an objective token and put it right here. And at the same time, she's going to also take 3 cards. All right. And she's going to use this hero's... Oh, she already took that. So that's... Once you take your cards, or she kind of signifies that she ended her turn. So now let's focus on our amazing Irani, and she can do some stuff. So pretty much at this point, the heroes are in a very good situation. So what she's going to do, needless to say, even though it might not seem the smartest thing to do, place a healing or a holy card from your discard pile into... Okay. Alright, we don't care for that right now. So she's going to discard 4 cards to pretty much put 2 objective tokens, which then she can easily remove, right? And we shouldn't have been able to attack Gardack because we have to eliminate this one. So that's a mistake on my part. So instead, no, that wasn't proper. So, I'm going to take this 4, 5. Okay, so we still have 6 wounds there, and now it's Fengray's turn. Let's see what Fengray will do. Fengray still has his fire sword and move any enemy into... You don't want to move any enemy, and move any enemy. You don't want to move any enemy. You don't care about that. Resolve 1 action for a weapon in your... if the action deals any damage, add 2 to it. So I like this. Alright, so we're going to do this one. So this one, we're going to use this. First, she's going to attack this enemy. Gardack. And increase the focus by 1. She will do 3 damage. And she will do... Okay, so she will do 3 damage. He can only defend with 2, and pretty much he will take another damage. Alright, and at this point he will add... deals any damage, so he will use this one, which will discard this card at this point. So this gives 3 damage. Discard a combat card to place also a flame. Okay. You may discard 1 combat card. Okay, so 1 combat card. He's going to discard this one to do the flame. Okay, on Gardack. And at this point, he's going to also do the damage. So, as a regular action, resolve any 1 action of a weapon in your hero area if the action deals any damage. Okay, so pretty much this one, so 3, any action. So this is... Oh. This is not even a regular action, this is a fast action. Ooh. Okay, that's my bad, but either way, you still discard the card. So this fast action, deal 3 damage, right? We did the flame. This will increase it by 3, which is ridiculous. And 4, so far 4, 5. So that's 5 damage. So first let's do this. It could get convoluted and confusing, but it brings it to 8 focus, which is dangerous. And we're going to do 5 damage. 5 minus the 2, we do 3 damage. So this one gets discarded. This one gets discarded. They don't mention, but it pretty much gets discarded. And once you do something with it, so that's 2. Ooh, got the war sword there. And pretty much 3 damage now. Let's get this going. They're pretty much... So 1, 2, actually, you know what? There's this 3, so let's remove this 2 right now. Okay, and so let's put this in. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, we're almost there, but now it's the defense phase, and pretty much in the defense phase, we're going to take a damage. Oh, we're going to, ooh, this is not good. Enraged. So the time, the time, pretty much, let me show that. We have reached the enraged phase, and the enraged means, for this one particularly, this enemy targets all heroes with his attack. So, aside from his regular attack. So he's going to attack kind of twice, because now he's kind of enraged. No, actually, this doesn't occur right now. Sorry about that. So it's a defense phase. The time comes later. He's going to get to attack anyways again. But right now he's going to attack. And he's going to only attack Gardack. And Gardack is going to use her again to defend. Okay. And he does magical damage. So she takes 2 damage. Right. All damage or magical damage dealt to this hero is dealt to this ally. Okay, so flip this over and we'll see why would that benefit. Okay, so she will still take it. She will take 2 damage at this point because she can only defend against 2. Okay. And because he pretty much doesn't have any magical defense, so let's see if he can cancel. Cancel, no. Yeah, he can only cancel like physical damage, so that's kind of annoying in some way. And okay, I sometimes feel like another ally could, another one of the band members or group members of this expedition could have taken better. So okay, so he did the damage, but now we move the time. This is where it gets scary. And he enraged, he will attack again before the hero goes all full cycle. We will go to the 7 steps, and because he's enraged, he will attack everybody. So he attacks 2 magical damage. So she blocks. She attacks for 4, so he takes 2. That will kill her. So at this point, well, let's just say from the discard, you know what? We don't even know what's here. We're going to bury these 2 cards. And, you know what? No, actually 4. So it's going to bury 4 cards. It's very risky and a bit scary. 4 cards. So now here, let's see how she defends against the damage, because he attacks everybody for 4 magical damage. And let's see if she can move 1 from your player's discard pile. Nope. One action weapon. Cancel. Okay. Reflex. Cancel. Place this card on top of your deck. No. That's what I want. That's physical reflect, cancel 1. Oh, it's useless. But she can cancel 1 magical. So she takes so far 3. if she does this, and so she can use this to pretty much top of your deck, which is not bad. And okay, so she's going to take 3. Ooh, it's gonna hurt. And 3. Okay, so you know what? She has to bury them. She's like, she took wounds. Actually, no, she's supposed to take it from the discard pile. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That doesn't work. And she's going to take it from the discard pile. So 1, 2, and 3. She's going to bury this 3 cards, which is pretty much almost useless to her. And now we're going to this one. As you can see, everybody's getting their damage. Everybody's, and there's 4 amazing heroes, so do bear with me on this, as it is. She also takes 4 damage, and whew, well, you know what? He blocks 2 magical damage, so 2 damage will go to this buddy. He will hold a fort. This has gotten dangerous. Alright, Gardack. And now we're going to this one, and don't even think about it. And we're not going to even... Well, he can attack, so don't fast discard 1 card from me. Okay, we don't care about that. Draw 1 card. This guy draw a card, okay. So you know what? I'm gonna draw a card. It's a mark. Damn it. Hunting bow. Oof. 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 Is there any way to defend? Okay, reflect card and put it on top of your deck. So okay, so this one will remove 3, so she takes only 3 damage. So you know what? She's gonna take 3 cards. Wow, this is gonna hurt. 2 and 3. She takes 3 damage. She's bearing 3 cards, as you could see. And we're done. So we go through all the phase, the reinforcement, the traveling, and the pursuit. And there's nothing to... No enemies are pursuing because he's all alone. And pretty much now it's the hero's turn. And at this point, don't forget, we have 10. So we need 4 more damage. So pretty much we're going to do this one a very, very smart way. So we're going to put... What's the difference with this one and this one? This does 2 damage. This one does 2 damage. And 3 combat cards. This one seems better, the longbow. And you may deal and discard this card. Place this card on top of your deck. That's what makes it so special. I'm talking about this card in comparison to a longbow. So this one gets discarded, and this one gets discarded to the top of your deck, which is not bad. But at the same time, you may discard up to 2, 3, so I could do much more damage with this one. Okay, so I want to go with the longbow. I'm going to stick with the longbow, and I want to discard 3 combat cards. So let's see, 1, 2, 3 combat cards will get discarded, and she's gonna go and pretty much take a sharp shooting shot, and all the way here against him. And don't forget, when he took his enraging turn, by the way, he took an extra damage, alright, which he should have taken in the end of the defense phase, but nothing bad harm here. And pretty much she did 5 damage, and her focus goes up by 2, and then 3. Now we passed the enraging of this one. Usually before Gardack can react, she finishes her action, she does her damage, which is 5 minus 2, which would be 3 damage. Alright, and if that is the case, I believe, so this is 3, this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we have eliminated Gardack. So let's do this again. 3, 3, and that's and then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we eliminate Gardack. We have pretty much completed this quest.